these positions of when it comes to critical infrastructure, yeah, it would be terrible for men too. There would be problems. Huh?
Women
almost none. Almost none in critical infrastructure jobs exist, yeah.
So here.
Maybe that's because of the way the patriarchy is created.
I don't need no man.
So many successful men acknowledge women and men, we have different strengths. I bring women into my business for this. They think in a way I don't. I think in a way they don't. You know, I had Dave Portnoy on my show, funny enough, when he was you mentioned your boyfriend with the Me Too thing. At the height of his Me Too scandal, when he was getting hit pieces on him, the whole thing. And he's like, am I a misogynist? I brought in a female CEO. It was the best decision I ever made to run Barstool because she was the best at the job.
You mean a media company?
What is the difference? Like, he has more power than
I mean,
the
it
show.
has nothing to do with survival.
Yo, did she just say what is the difference? No, she did not just say what is the difference. Brian just said it. We're talking about survival. And you're talking about, oh, he brought this female in and said, that was the best thing I did. She ran it so great. Ran what? Oh, a media company. Dude, there's not going to be any media if all the males just disappear. Dano snap. There's not going to be any media. Do you think there's going to be internet? Do you even know how the internet even works?
How about no?
If you were to ask them that, you know what they say? They say, well, you turn on your computer and you have to make sure that the Wi-Fi signal is on and then you're on the internet. They would say that. They don't understand the doggone internet lines that are under the ocean. They don't understand any of that. They get none of it. Their mindset is always looking at the end result. They're always looking at the cake that's finished. They're looking at the beautiful cake. They don't think anything about the fact that you had to raise chickens to make eggs that are part of the thing that goes into the cake. They don't think about the fact that you had to raise cows to get the milk that is part of the thing that goes into a cake. They don't think about any of that. They just think about, hey, where's the box that has the cake batter in it? Where's the box that has it? You're like, you do understand somebody had to box that up and put that in there. Then they have to write the ingredients on there, and then you have to take the ingredients they say and put it in to make the cake in the first place. They think about none of that. It's just end result. Where's my piece of cake? Unbelievable.
Infrastructure.
He's talking. It is infrastructure. He's talking about.
Barstool Sports is an infrastructure company.
He's talking. He said if men were eradicated, civilization run by women would decline.
I mean,
we're not talking procreation. We're talking how things are run.
Yeah.
You're saying, are you?
What?
Are you?
If
talking
women
about
can't keep a home running, they can't keep a community running in some sense?
You keep a home running with electricity?
Yes.
No, I mean,
Wait,
you shake your head, but do you keep a home running with electricity?
Not to,
Am I a modern
but
day
even
home?
on an emotional level, like how many of you guys have experienced grandparents who have passed away when the grandmother passes away first and the men fall apart? They cannot.
What the are you talking about?
What do I always tell you? What do I always tell you about a particular sect of females in the West? They always move the field of battle onto a field of battle on which they think they can win. She's talking about a couple where the female is doing a particular thing and has been doing it for years because she said grandparents, and the female dies and the male falls apart. Is what she's saying. She doesn't take into account that part of the reason he falls apart is because the love of his life is gone.
Imagine that.
So mentally, he may not even want to get up in the morning. You think he's falling apart because he physically can't do what she was doing? Man, it's amazing how females just zoom in on the one thing that they can try to use to make their point and ignore everything else that makes the point they're trying to make moot. You'll be talking about, like I said before, a house. They'll say, well, no, I'm talking about this room. Then you start talking about how their point isn't made with the room. And they say, no, I'm talking about the closet in the room. Then you say, okay, but the closet doesn't make the point either. No, I'm talking about the box in the closet, in the room, in the house. They just keep going smaller and smaller and smaller until they can find something on which they can lay their head and say, see, look at this. Because this is the new field of battle on which they're trying to move the original field of battle in order for them to try and win. They don't care nothing about the situation itself being fixed. All about which they care is them being right and the sisterhood getting a win. Man, they expect females to throw away their man for the sisterhood. They'll tell a female, don't do this for the sisterhood. Don't cook for that man. You're like, well, that's my husband. No, don't cook for him because the sisterhood don't want you to cook for him. So you want her to lose her man for the sisterhood. That's how they think. This is how they think, man. They don't think about getting the thing right. They think about them and the sisterhood winning.
I don't need no man.
Like
that
men
has
need women.
nothing to do.
Yes,
so
it does.
If we're talking
Brian,
about
he
survival,
said it's survival. He's
no, hold
talking
on.
about okay.
Yes, the men would be sad if all the women disappeared.
I'm going to
Not that
say
they would be sad.
50%.
They wouldn't even be,
I'm going to say
each other.
50%.
He's saying if women are if men were eradicated, the women would just totally their civilization would.
Yes,
just,
it would. It would crumble.
collapse. Yeah.
It would crumble.
But the same is in reverse.
No. It would suck for men.
Man, why is it that they're always trying to do this even thing? It's always even when it's something that doesn't make them look good. But they don't think it's even when it's something that makes them look good. They're always talking about how much better they are than males. It's always, we're better than males. We can do this, we can do that, we can do this. But then when you say, well, on this side, there's no way you can compete with males. They say, no, there's some females who can. We can do just what y'all do. I mean, I'm telling you, we're smart, just like y'all. This is what I tell you. Remember what I always tell you all. They either have to win, or you have to lose, or it has to be null. It can't be to where they lose. Nope, it has to be null and voided. It has to be, you didn't get it, I didn't get it. Or you're wrong, I'm wrong. You're right, I'm right. It can't be you're right, I'm wrong. It can never be that. What I tell you, they can never be the culprits. They always have to be the victim. They can never be the villain. They always have to be the hero. They can never be the cause. They always have to be the person upon whom the effect of the cause was thrown. Why? Because the sisterhood will shame them if they give males a win. So they're going to fight you tooth and nail. They don't give a crap if you show them all the evidence in the world. Doesn't matter. Their job is not to fix the situation. It's for them to come home with a win so the sisterhood can give them a virtual high five.
But because men occupy these positions of when it comes to critical infrastructure, yeah, it would be terrible for men too.
Women engineers
there would be
don't
problems.
exist?
Huh?
Women
Almost
engineers
none.
and
Almost none in critical infrastructure jobs exist. Yeah.
So here,
Maybe that's because of the way the patriarchy is created.
Yeah. I.
Like,
feel like
their
I-
wives
I-
doesn't
wait,
allow
there's some-
Hang on,
Oh,
I see truth in what you're
Fighting
saying,
against.
in that women may be naturally inclined to be in other sectors of work than men, right? Whether it be science or tech or whatever, that may be more male, but male dominant. But that's just idiotic to act like.
Saying that it's idiotic, again.
But it is.
It doesn't. That's not an argument, though.
Aha!
An argument. So if you wanted to
You
argue
could also
this,
argue men are aggressive. They're naturally, fighters. You could also argue they take each other all the out.
I don't think you could argue that. Because we could do it now and women couldn't stop it.
Uh-oh, Andrew. You're on the verge of making her brain explode. Because they're just saying whatever comes to their mind based on their feelings. They have to fight their feelings. They say, oh, wait a minute. My feelings are starting to tell me that he's correct. No. Females can do this. No, you know what? Males are violent. Moving the field of battle onto a field of battle on which they think they can win. So if it was just males, y'all would kill each other. Everybody would die. See what they're doing? This is what they do. And then what did Andrew do? He said, I don't think they would, because males could do that now and you couldn't stop them. Now her brain, if you saw the look on her face, before I paused it, her brain was like, wait a minute. He's right, but no, there has to be some explanation, because he can't be right, because the sisterhood told me girl power. So we have to be the ones that's correct, not him. So I have to look for some way for what he's saying to not be true. That's the look she had on her face. Now watch how probably crazy a thing that she's going to say to try to rebut what he just said. That's factual, by the way. Let's see the insanity with which she comes back.
I don't need no man.
Grab yourself some merch on the way out in order to support the channel. And, of course, don't forget to click like and subscribe. Thanks, good man fam.